Hi. So, myself, Dr. Bishwarup Niyogi, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, GIS College of Engineering. So, the course name is the Basic Electronics Engineering. The course code is EC201 and EC101. Specifically, it is for the first semester and second semester. And this particular subject for the all the streams related to electronics, mechanical, electrical, electronics and communication engineering, and also computer science IT. And the contact awards is the 3, and the total contact awards is the 36, and the credit is 3. uh, this is the prerequisite, a basic course in electronics and communication engineering, progress from the fundamentals of the electricity, direct current, AC current, also device of the circuit and the series parallel circuit, to the study of active and passive component, Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, and KVL, KCL, uh, Ampere's law. These are very fundamental law which is very important for this subject, and basic componental concept of the electronics is very much necessary, specifically the DC current and AC current we have to know, and KVL. These particular things are very important for prerequisite, that is required to know about this particular subject. Now go for the course outcome of this particular subject. Thus study the PN junctions diode, ideal diode, diode modules, its circuit analysis, applications of the diode, and the special uh, applications of the diode. This is very important. And how learn the operational amplifier, how the operational amplifier is working, the model and analyze and design of the op-amp circuit, and the performance of the operational such as the integrated circuit and different of the electronic signals. That is also very important. Study the concept of the both positive and the negative feedback of the electronic circuits, and electronic circuit, and also that CO4, that is the course outcome 4, there's the development of the capability of the analyze the design sample circuit containing the non-linear element such as transistors, using the concept of the load line, operations point, and the incremental analysis. This is also very important. Specifically in this particular course outcome we are concentrated today. This particular course outcome, that is the study of the PN junctions, and for this know about this PN junctions we have to know about the P and N, all those things. So for that reason the semiconductor which is very important to understand. So, and specifically the course outcome that is important for today's lectures is related to the to the semiconductor and the diode concept. That is the how semiconductors is working, and how does the band diagram and all those things. So specifically the physics to the electronics, how it is transmitted, how the concept is introduced, that things are representing in here. That things is representing in here. So these are very important, that is the CO and PO mapping. At present now in the case of the Washington Accord, that is very essential, that CO and PO mapping, that is how CO and PO is mapped and how the outcome is become for this, that is what is the actual outcome, why we read these particular portions, why we study these particular portions. That is very much essential, that things is analysis by this particular table. So this is the COPO mapping concept, and from there we just jump to this module. Specifically this module 1, this module 1, that is the basic of the semiconductor, conductor, insulator, and the semiconductor crystal structure, Fermi direct functions, Fermi level, EK diagram, band diagrams, and valence band and conduction band, band gap, intrinsic and extrinsic, p-type semiconductor, n-type semiconductor, positions of the Fermi level, which is very very important, intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductor, and also drift current and diffusions current. So these are the portions, drift current, diffusions current, and the Fermi level portions which we have all we want to study. In the previous class we have already studied some sort of these things and about this, and go for here. This is the Fermi level and conductivity on the valence band and the conductions band. In this particular session, this particular video, we just study on that, and I hope that you have the clear cut idea about all these things in the previous video. So in that case, today we just go for a very important fundamental things for the Fermi level and all these semiconductor and all those things. So today is the semiconductor to PN junctions. Today our lecture topic is the semiconductor to PN junctions. Why it is a semiconductor to PN junctions? Because how the semiconductor to the PN junctions concept is coming, that things is representing in this particular lecture video. So for that point of view, that how how it is working from the semiconductor to the PN junction, that things are elaborated in here. Okay, now that is in the previous day we have already studied about there is some band concept, that is the valence band and the conductance band concept. So from there, the valence band, it is the band of the energy where all the valence electrons reside and are involved in the highest energy molecular orbit, that is called the valence band. And there is a conductance band where all the delocalized band of the energy level in the crystalline solid, crystalline solid which parts the field which partly filled with the electrons. Basically what is valence band and what is conductance band? Valence band means where electron is in the valence conditions, and conductance band means where electron have the mobility idea, have the ability of the conductivity idea. That means the valence capability and the conductance capability, valence capability and the conductance capacity. That means where electrons is valence, suppose if you show there is a nucleus and there are electrons are moving outside, and that there is electrons are moving in there. So when the electrons are moving outside of this particular atoms in this molecule, so what happened? So some of the electrons are always attracting by this nucleus, and some of the electron can able to create the conductivity. So which band of the electrons can capable to create the conductivity, that is called the conductions band capability and the valence capability. Basically the energy and the electrons have some relations. When electron is flow, some energy concept is introduced, energy concept is developed, that is the as part of the electrons changes the electron, that changes the electrons positions, electron consideration concentrations positions, that energy concept is required. And from the concept of this banding concept is coming. You show in this particular picture, that is the conductions band and that is the valence band positions, and there is intermediate. So if the electrons from here to here come, so then it is a conductance band, that is the mobility and conductivity of these electrons are here, which can capable to work in the mobility, working for the mobility. Okay, so this is the concept of the valence and electron band. Suppose there is a nucleus, electron is rotating, and some of the electrons is working for the purpose of conductivity, that is in the conductance band capability and the valence band concept. So next, you show there is a Fermi level, the concept of the Fermi levels, which is very very important in this particular semiconductor and conductor and this type of concept. The level referred to the highest occupied molecular orbit at the absolute zero, at the absolute zero temperature, absolute zero conditions, the level referred to the highest occupied molecular orbit, highest occupied molecular orbit is at the conditions of the absolute zero is actually the Fermi level, which is very very important for this particular semiconductor device concept. Okay, now there is very important things that we want to represent, that there is a there is a energy band gap concept. This energy band gap concept is defined with the three part, that is one is the conductor, another is the semiconductor, another is the insulator. Conductor, semiconductor and insulator. Now I am asking you this question that I think you know about that. The conductor means the all the metals, that is gold, iron, copper. These are the conductor. Semiconductor, what are the semiconductor? Semiconductor is a mica, is not mica, sorry, silicon, and the germanium is a semiconductor. And an insulator, you know that wood, dry wood, plastic, and also the mica. These are the insulators, working as insulator. So there is a concept of the model concept, that energy band gap model concept, that is the representations of this and this. There is a model concept. So what is actually model concept is that you show there is two band concept, that is conduction band and the valence band. Conduction band and the valence band. Specifically, in case of conductor, it is very easily conducting material. Conducting material, that means if you can connect to it, can working very easily as a easily conductor. That means inside of the wire, the copper we are using the metal, that is very easily conducting the current. Why that it can easily conducting the current? Because in the conduction band there is a huge electron, numbers of electron is huge. That means in here, in the valence band and the conduction band, these two band, this valence band and this conduction band, these two band are, this valence band and this conduction band, these two bands are directly, overlap. These two bands are directly overlap, and as it is the overlap, the valence band electrons is always available in the conduction band electron. You show the valence band electrons is always available in the conduction band. This is the overlap positions. You show this is the overlap positions. That means the valence band electron is always available in the conduction band electron. So this particular material is always conducting. If I'm introduce the electricity, it's always able to conduct the electricity. So that is called the conductor. That is called the conductors. Okay, so now we go for the a very important things, that is first we go for the semiconductor, so not the insulators. In case of that, you show it is a very interesting, there is a conduction band in here and there is a valence band in here. In between that there is a huge gap. So there is a electron, that is the valence band electron, and there is a electron, that is the conduction band electron. There is no any electron at present now. Why? Because this is the insulator. It is very difficult to pass this electron to here. It cannot be possible. Because if we can want to introduce this particular electron to here in the conduction band, the material is destroyed. Actually what happened, that in that case the electrons is present in the valence band, so it cannot be possible to flow the current flow is cannot possible through this insulator. What happened, if I'm introducing the energy, it's try to make the electron from the valence band, pass the electron from the valence band to the conduction band, but it cannot be possible. Before that, to reach this particular electron from valence band to conduction band, the material will destroy it. So So this is a very complicated zone. This is a very complicated zone in case of that. But here you show this is a intermediate stage between the conductor, and the insulator. There is an intermediate state, that is the semiconductor. That is the semiconductor. What you see, that there is a valence band, there is a conduction band. Between there is a distance, but which distance is not like this large distance, and there is no also overlap, this type of condition. So that's why it is the energy band concept. It is looks like that the intermediate stage of the insulator and the conductor. That's why it is called the semiconductor. Now things is that if I'm introducing heat in case of any kinds of semiconductor material means silicon, germanium, if I'm introducing that any kinds of energy in here, then what happened, the electrons comes from these positions to these positions automatically for the purpose of introducing energy. So for that point of view, this particular form, some of the electrons is coming to there from valence band to conduction band, and at that time when I'm hitting the semiconductor, it's work like a uh, conductors. Okay, so semiconductors, which is very very important, and for that point of view we can utilize this particular thing, semiconductor, for the purpose of our electronics chip and electronics things development. So this is a very interesting things, as there is some heat effect and all those things, and through that we can go for a concept of the doping and all those things. These things is coming, and some revolutions is coming through the semiconductor, and all the things related to the electronics chip and all those things all are developed by the silicon germanium, that is the semiconductor. So this is a very important fundamental themes. Now it is a very important things, that is the Fermi Dirac distributions functions. uh, Basically, Paul Dirac and Enrico Fermi, both the scientists, Paul Dirac and Enrico Fermi, both the scientists, are collaboratively, not the collaboratively. One side, Paul Dirac has developed one concept, and through that the Fermi is working on that, and uh, then the concept of the necessity distributions functions is developed, that the Fermi Dirac distributions functions. Basically, the Fermi Dirac distributions functions is what? What is Fermi Dirac distributions functions? Fermi Dirac distributions functions is represent any kinds of material, that how the electrons are distributed in the energy level. The these two answer can be given by this particular Fermi Dirac functions. If I'm introducing any kinds of Fermi Dirac functions for any material, this answer, that how the electrons are distributed in the energy level, that things are elaborated, that things are presented in the Fermi Dirac distributions functions. Next, another things, the necessity of the Fermi Dirac distributions functions, which is very very important, that how the electrons is distributed, the energy level, how the energy level is distributed in the semiconductor, that things is representing by the Fermi Dirac distributions functions. Now I go for one very important equations, that is the Fermi Dirac distributions equations, that you show. This is the expression, that is the EFE, that is the Fermi Dirac functions, and that is equals to 1 by e to the power e minus ef by kt plus 1. So what are the things is there? I'm just representing the probability that a particle will have the energy. So the energy level actually defined by the Fermi Dirac, how much energy level of the electron, that things is representing in here, that you show at the absolute zero, the Fermionius will fill up all the available energy seats, and below the level of EF, called the Fermi energy with one and only one particle, they are concentrated by the Paul extensions principle at higher temperature sum of the evaluated to the level above the Fermi level. Okay, so next is the see the Maxwell Boltzmann distributions for a general distributions of the exponential term, and for the lower temperature those energy sits below the Fermi level EF have the probability of the essentiality 1, and those above the Fermi level energy essentiality of the 0. The quantum difference with arise from the fact that the practicals and the indigenous indistinguishable. Okay, basically this expressions is very necessary for you in your syllabus. That things is representing that the how the equations is coming and all those things, that is not the mandatory as per your syllabus. I'm saying if you are interested, you can go through it with my some others video, you can get these things. But in case of here we are just representing the expressions of this, how the Fermi Dirac is representing and what are the entities are there, that things only. So these are the representations of all the total inter Fermi Dirac distributions functions, Fermi Dirac distributions functions. Now there is a very important fundamental thing, that is the drift and the diffusions current. What is drift current and what is diffusions current? That is very important for drift current and diffusions current. There is a representations of the drift and there is a diffusions current which is representing in here. Now go for that, what is drift current and what is diffusions current? What is drift and what is diffusion? First we can concentrate what is drift and what is diffusions. uh, in case of electron, uh, if I'm concentrate that, suppose this is the atom, you show this is the atom, and inside of the atom there is a electrons, sorry, these are the atoms, sorry, these are the atoms, all are the atoms. Okay, atoms are present. So atoms are present means all the atoms have some electron, all the atoms have the electrons is rotating. Okay, so like that. Okay, so next uh, you show some electron, suppose pass from here to this atom, from this atom to this atom, from this atom to this atom, from this atom to this atom. So like that way electrons are passing from here, it's in electron squeeze. Whatever the free radical is a freely is passing, because there is several atoms are there, these, it just pass through these. There is no any electric field is applied in here, no electric field is applied in here. But things is that as the electrons is moving here like that way, so for that reasons some electric field inside of the electric field is developed, some inside of this some electric field is there. You show there is some atom and electrons is passing from here, here, anywhere, but inside of this there is some the electric field, in build electric field is creating inside of this particular material. And you show, suppose we are just applying here one positive voltage and here one negative voltage. Okay, so if I'm applying here positive voltage and the negative voltage in here, then what happened, you show the movement is there, this and this in the previous case, the green color. And after applying this electricity, after applying this biasing voltage, this voltage electric field, it's just change the path, it just drift the path from here to from in the previous case here is, and second case is this. In the first case is this, second case is this, first case is this, second case is this. Just slightly it's inclined, slightly change its path, slightly change its path. First in here, second is here. So you show slightly the electrons is shifting. Okay, basically this is called the drift current. Drift current, there is inside of the atom, it's happening all times. It's inside of the atom, these things is happening. The electrons is passing from one atom to another atom to another atom to another atom, like that way it's moving around. But when I'm applying some electricity, when I'm applied some electric field, then what happened? Some deflections is there, drift is there of this particular electron movement, and this particular things is called at that time what current is inside of this material, that is called the drift current, which is very nominal, very nominal. It's depend upon the mobility, that means how much electrons is mobilized, that thing, that is the drift current concept. Now another very important thing is the diffusions current. Diffusions current, what is diffusion current? In case of metal or in case of semiconductor, electrons or holes, electrons and atoms, electrons and protons and all those things are try to be equally distributed. For suppose certain thing, suppose you show there is some conductor or semiconductor, this portions is the concentrated electron and protons are there, concentrated electrons are there. Okay, so what happened, this charge current concentrations is high than this side, than this side. But this is a characters of the electrons, that they try to spread throughout the conductor, equally distribute. So for that point of view, what happened, these things are try to spread from this side to this side, from this side to this side. You show this side to these electrons and holes are try to change its portions, change its positions. And as there is a concentrations, this side is a concentrations is low, this side is concentrations is low. So from the higher concentration side, one current is flowing through this path, that is called the diffusions current. One current is passing from here, this side to this side, that is called the diffusions current. And you show at presence now the it is equally distributed. You show there is some equal distributions. You show here all the thing, all the entire things, there is some equal distributions in the electrons and water. So this is called the diffusions current, that is called the diffusions current. So I again so what we have studied today, we just recapitulate all these things properly. From the first, that is the semiconductors, two p-n junctions, how the concept is coming, and there is a band gap, valence band, conductions band. We have first study valence band and conduction band, the mobility of the electrons, and then how the valence to the electrons band is coming, valence and conductivity, valence band and conductions band are representing in here. Next is that the Fermi level concept, which is very important, at the Fermi level, why the Fermi level is required, and all those things are saying that here, what is the definitions of the Fermi level. And then we just representing that uh, the energy band gap, and from there the concept of energy band gap, we have just distinguished among the conductor, semiconductor, insulator. We know about the conductor, that is the metal, these are the metals, semiconductors, material, silicon, germaniums, and the insulators, that is the mica, wood and plastic. So we have just studied about very easily that how these things is happened and all those things, how what is the large band gap between the valence band and conductor band in case of the mica and mica and insulator component. we have already studied the Fermi Direct, both the scientists, Fermi Direct, how the Fermi Direct concept is coming. Also, we have studied about the total entered expressions, and there is no any portions of the in your syllabus to how these expressions is coming. That's only the representations of the equations and all those things. That's why I'm just not elaborating things. Next, we go for the drift current and the diffusions current concept. Drift current, how the drift current is there, and how the diffusions current concept is there, that things are elaborated in here. And we have very easily studied about that, what is the atoms, and how the atoms is working for the drift current, what is actually the concept of the drift current, inside of the atom, inside of the silicon, or inside of the conductor, all times our drift current is exist, and how the drift current is working, how if I'm electric field I'm applying for that reasons, how the electron is drifting, and what is the actual value of the drift current, what will be, and how the mobility is effect on that. And this is the diffusions current, we have already studied that how the diffusions current is working, how the diffusions current is presenting from one concentrated area to the larger area, how the it is spread, that things also we have studied. So that is the portions that electrons is passing from this side to this side. And also this is the diffusions current, and for the diffusions current, the electrons and all those things are spread throughout the conductor or throughout the semiconductor properly. And so that's all. Thank you very much. These are our reference. I want to definitely acknowledge the reference, that is the Discover Online reference, Learn and Grow, and the reference of the YouTube, one of the YouTube channels. I have studied from there. I am also taking some material things from there, and thank you very much, and excellent of you. And I want to refer these things, and AWIT Solapur professional learning community. I'm taking all the reference from here, and thank you very much for, and I would like to acknowledge them. And I hope you can understand for the next day. So what is the outcome of this particular study? I want to explain that uh, that how the silicons is required, and from there how the p-n junctions concept is coming, that things we can study for the next video. And what is the actual drift and diffusions current, and what are the energy band diagram, energy band concept, and how the conductor, insulator, and insulator and semiconductors are there, what are the difference between inductor, semiconductor, and all those things. These things we have studied in here. So that's all. Thank you very much.